Hi, I'm Stephen Ty. I'm the prawn king, and I like to sell prawns. I am the CEO of Ocean King. We are a company that not only sell prawns, but we look at people, and anybody who walks through the doors of Ocean King would always ask, what can we do to make you better? Who has influenced me the most? I suppose the cliche answer would be my parents because of what they went through, but in reality, I think everybody who I've come in touch with has influenced me in some way, and they're snippets of everybody's personality and how they've achieved the success that you can take. I mean, I can say I'm the most influential person towards myself because I'm awesome, but not really. And there doesn't have to be that one person that's influenced you. So obviously for my parents, it was that work ethics, that laser focus towards achieving success. I suppose from my brothers, there's that accountability side where I need to turn up every day, otherwise they won't have me. But then people like Jam, Prizzy, like Jam, that cool composure where you have to be consistent as a CEO in the way you talk, and your emotions do not get into the top of you. And then someone like Pretty would be excitable, and it's okay. But for me, I am a chameleon of all these influences, and you just take snippets of what you perceive to be the best in the scenario that you're in and who you're talking to. Favourite city? Okay, it's cliche things for me to say would be the likes of London, Taipei, Tokyo, even Saigon. No, I have to stick with one. That's Derby City. Because I just come here and it's brilliant. You embrace me, you love me. Derby City is my favourite city. For me, I suppose it's quite easy in that I have 2 young children, and you learn from how you speak to them, how they can engage with what you're trying to tell them, and them listening, and but also you listening to them. And I suppose in life, when you look at future leaders, young leaders, or even old leaders, it's being able to talk to them on a human level, more importantly, being able to listen to them on a human level, being able to hear what they're trying to express, showing them understanding, respecting them, but also, providing real challenges and opportunities for growth. When I've mentored young people through the organisations like Young Enterprises, I teach them the importance of resilience, adaptability, and leadership. What motivates me to strive for success? I suppose it comes from my family's journey. Being a Vietnamese refugee, we were known as boat people when we first came over in '79, and what my parents went through and have had to do to get to where we are, and that was through hard work, hardship, resilience, and just that work ethic has got us to where we are. So I suppose my success could only be motivated by that, and from the success I get from this work ethics it almost justifies the sacrifices they made, and that's why. So yeah, it contributes to that sacrifice, to resilience, and everything they put into the risk they took back in the day. and it just highlights what they've done, and it's their legacy. It's what we all work towards. You know, we've got just its own appreciation for that risk my parents took. Unreliable, poor timekeeper, but absolutely devoted. What do I want my legacy to be? So I always want to leave a legacy of some sort, but when you talk about legacy, I always think back to my parents, and their legacy, and what I'm trying to do to create that longevity of the risk they took when they left Vietnam. You know, they escaped persecution, where their lives were at risk. Then they took a massive risk to put me as an 18-year-old child into the raging seas of a boat. But what do I want my legacy to be? It's a hard one. I suppose the way I live my life and run my business has been influenced by that journey. So that creating opportunities, enriching lives, because there were no more opportunities back in Vietnam, and there was no enriching lives. Now that we are in the UK, it's easy to become complacent to what opportunities are available. And so for me, is how can I inspire people to create opportunities for others and to inspire lives around them? Because for me, I think genuine success comes from what you can do for others. And if I can inspire one person to create an opportunity to enrich the lives of another, yeah, I think that has to be legacy. A bit of both. So my New Year resolution, because I read a fantastic book called The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharps, that I should try waking up at 5 a.m. So the resolution was to do that. I've not been able to wake up before 7 o'clock yet. And that's only because I have to take kids to school. No, I'm definitely an afternoon type person. I don't like to work into the evening because I like to play my video games and stuff with my kid. And morning, I would love to lie in as often as I can. Yeah, there is one significant life-changing moment, and it's quite recent, only 4 years ago. And wow, it's when I saw my dad in a hospital, and he was battling non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, stage 4. Yeah. And with anybody who's about to potentially lose their father, it's quite an amazing, a really emotional process, which you put things in perspective. But for me, because my father has been my business partner for 28 years or so, seeing him on the hospital bed, he's looking frail and pale. He was literally dying, yet he was on a chemotherapy machine and still on his phone, taking orders from his customers and inputting them. It was one of those WTF moments, like, why are we doing what we do? If this is potentially the end, why does he still thrive to do that? And so that leads to the question, why? Why do we work so hard? Why were we doing 17 hours a day, 7 days a week? And I'm 47 years old this year. I've still never been on holiday with mum and dad. Why is that? And so that took me on a massive journey of discovery over the last 2 years, like digging deep into my life heritage, discovering what that, fleeing the country as a refugee on a boat, and what impact that has on mindset and psychology, what the survival mechanisms are for people who've gone through stuff. And today we'll class it as mental health. For me, that's all I've known my father to be. And so I'm still discovering the whys. We define our mission statement, creating opportunities, enriching lives from this journey that I've been on. And I suppose why is not normal. Obviously, there's a book like Simon Sinek called Why, and it really puts things into perspective of why you do what you do. And so life-changing moments like that, I think that is the single most influential factor that changed how I think about how a business should be run, how I should run my whole life, and what my aim and life purpose should be. My guilty pleasure, well, it depends what you're talking about, right? If we're talking about music, it's not actually a guilty pleasure, it's an absolute pleasure of mine that I love Kylie Minogue. And ever since I was a teenager, I just remember my wall being plastered with posters of Kylie Minogue. So she's my absolute pleasure and not guilty. Absolutely. I think one of the most important things for a business to do is make a difference to society, and also I think society actually needs business to do so. The businesses have the power and resources to shape society in a positive way, and not only do they have the power and responsibility, I think that they actually have the responsibility to do that in the people they employ and the communities they engage with. Everything from societal, environmental, we are at the forefront for what we can do to shape, and we speak loud enough, shout strongly enough, and put values behind it that we could even have influences towards politics.